In the news this week, an Ofsted inspector criticises the school's regulator, free speech concerns continue to grow over new anti-terrorism plans, and close to 300,000 people attend a pro-life rally in Washington, DC. Hello and welcome to this week's news bulletin from the Christian Institute. The credibility of Ofsted inspections has come under severe criticism from an experienced school inspector. Rabbi Nathaniel Lieberman, who has conducted Ofsted inspections since 2009, told a meeting of Jewish primary teachers that the school's regulator has an agenda to knock down our schools. He described Ofsted's aims as a hodgepodge of ideals and said they were designed to clamp down on institutions that don't conform to their ideology. Parents of children who faced intrusive questioning by inspectors restated their concerns this week after they were dismissed by the head of Ofsted, Sir Michael Wilshaw. Numerous complaints of inappropriate conduct by Ofsted inspectors at Grindon Hall Christian School and the Durham Free School have been made by parents in recent weeks. Sir Michael flatly denied the allegations while speaking to the Education Select Committee.
There are dozens of these complaints coming into MPs from around the country about these types of questions being asked in schools.
Well, they may have read all that stuff in the daily whatever Express Mail, but I have to say to you that if any inspector behaved inappropriately and asked those sorts of questions, they would be dealt with very severely by Ofsted.
But parents stressed that Sir Michael had failed to investigate their complaints properly. Dr. Tim Dunnett has 4 children at Grindon Hall School. We feel that Ofsted's response to our concerns is patronising. Michael Wilshaw is adamant he has made a full investigation. But how can this be when he has not spoken to any of the staff or parents involved and addressed our concerns? Free speech concerns are mounting over how universities will be affected by the government's anti-terror plans. Under draft guidance issued alongside the Counter-Terrorism and Security Bill, university societies would be forced to hand over presentations for vetting. They would also need to submit speakers' names to university authorities weeks in advance. UCCF, which works with students to spread the message of Jesus, said the plans facilitate intolerance. In a letter published online, UCCF leaders Reverend Richard Cunningham and Reverend John Lenton outlined their concerns. Such broad guidelines could easily be used by secular or religious people within our universities as an opportunity to censor or even ban any aspects of a CU's programme they happen not to like or simply disagree with. Meanwhile, more than 20 university leaders have written to the Times with profound concerns about the government's plans. Professor Anthony Forster, Vice-Chancellor of the University of Essex, explained to Radio 4's Today programme why they are opposed to the plans.
We believe universities are at their most effective in preventing radicalisation by ensuring academics and indeed students are free to question and test received wisdom within the law. So the bill in its current form really isn't the best way to maximise the contribution that universities can make.
Legalising assisted suicide would erode human dignity and create mistrust between doctors and patients, religious leaders in Scotland have warned. Representatives from various faith communities were giving evidence to the Scottish Parliament's Health and Sport Committee on a bill to allow people as young as 16 to end their lives even if they are not terminally ill. Sally Foster-Fulton of the Church of Scotland warned that MSPs should not be persuaded to change the law by the hard cases.
Or we cannot safeguard the slow erosion of the understanding of the dignity and the worth of human life. We cannot safeguard the most vulnerable, the old person in a home who feels that he or she is spending all her children's or his children's inheritance, and it would be a really good, honorable thing to agree to assisted suicide for all these good reasons, but they don't want to go.
Dr. Salah Beltaghi of the Muslim Council of Scotland said the bill would foster mistrust between the medical profession and the general public and create a culture of suicide. The committee is set to hear further evidence for and against the bill from campaign groups. A recent survey of members of the Association for Palliative Medicine found that 82% of respondents opposed plans to introduce assisted suicide in England and Wales. Close to 3/4 of practising doctors responding to the questionnaire said there would be an adverse or very adverse impact on palliative care if the law was changed. A major pro-life march has taken place in America, whilst politicians backed a bill to restrict abortion funding in the country. Around 300,000 pro-life supporters descended on Washington, DC to mark 42 years since abortion was made legal across the US.
We're fighting to protect life and to change the laws of the country and to change the hearts of our citizens. It's important to me personally because I have 6 children, and the greatest gift I've given them is life. And I'm here to speak for the unborn who don't have someone to fight for them.
At the same time as the march, the House of Representatives approved legislation to permanently prevent federal tax dollars being spent on abortion. But President Obama has pledged to veto the proposals. Well, that's all for this week. For more information and regular updates on all of our stories, plus much more, visit our website at christian.org.uk. Until next time, goodbye.